You guys look like incredible, lucky people. Oh, here it is. Like of all the groups I saw yesterday, like if I was thinking if anybody's going to win the lottery, it would be one of you guys. Who knows heads and tails? Do you know heads and tails? You're going to be the umpire. Come here. You will be right here. What is that?
Heads.
What is that?
Tails.
You're going to start this off. Heads or tails?
Heads.
What is it?
Heads.
Heads. Nice. Heads or tails? What if it only has heads?
Tails.
2 out of 2. It's not easy. It's not super hard either, though. Okay, I was going. You. Heads or tails? Which one? You can pick either one, heads or tails. She doesn't want to. Heads. What is it?
Heads.
Yes. That is 3 in a row. That is very hard. 4, you want to try?
Yes.
Heads or tails? Heads?
Tails.
Tails. Stand right here so they can see. We don't want any monkey business. What is it?
Tails.
Yes. 4 out of 4.
Stella.
No one has ever gotten 5.
Stella.
Do you want to try?
Guess heads, okay? Guess heads. Flip the coin. Heads.
Why did you say heads?
Because I've noticed you does a pattern. You flip the coin, and as you flip it, the coin flips over, and once you do
What is it?
heads.
5 out of 5 we might guess it.
That is unbelievable, really. 5 out of 5.
The only reason I've noticed the pattern, when you flip the coin, it lands on the one that is opposite, and you flip the coin onto your head.
All right, so we've gotten 5 out of 5. She just picked heads. It's your turn.
Tails.
Tails. He's 100% right. Big round of applause, big round of applause. You may have a seat. Excellent. Okay, will it feedback? Will it feedback? Oh, it's going to still try. Hold on, I'm turning it down. Doing this again. One of the smaller kids thought they knew how this works. Ow. And on top, that's the point, right? So when I blow on it, you see it there? Look. Did we do this yesterday? I'm confused. You're like my 8th show of the week, and I'm so looking forward to tomorrow. No, I can't give you this. This is really an old paper doll, but they last a long time, don't they? Paper doll. More than like just a piece of paper. And the reason for that, they have fibers in them like your clothing, right? And all the money for all the paper made for money is made right down in Pittsfield, Massachusetts, not 3 hours from here. But the trick is you've got to learn how to loosen the fibers, right? So if you take the dollar, loosen it up, you just got to do it a little bit every time. And it takes a lot of practice. And you got to sense when it gets loose. And when it's just there, you take the pen, shove it in, and if you did it exactly right, you should be able to do That is the Velveeta of magic. That is beyond cheese. That is what that is. I think Mr. Rand should be very quiet. I will neither confirm nor deny anything that's going on right now. What's that? All right. Who wanted the dollar before?
I did.
Now, who asked for it? Is this Molly? Are you strong? Stand up. All right, I got a quarter. All right, come here. Stand there. All right. All right, so what name are you wearing? Okay, this is a Sharpie. Don't get it on, okay? In your place, you can put the M, you can put the X. Put something on there, we know that is your core. Don't write on yourself. Okay, all right, roll on. We're not going to do this in the show, but I use this to show people how dinosaur muscles work. Are there any T-Rexes alive right now? No. So how do we know how fast they are? How do we know how strong they are? We look at the strongest fighting animals on Earth today. Well, on land, that is an alligator or a crocodile. And on a computer, if we take their muscles, scale them up to a T-Rex head, that's how we figure out how hard they can fight. We put those muscles on Molly's hand. She should be able to bend that quarter with her fist. And the fist to the quarter inside. Yeah, that's right. You can hold that so people know. All right, everybody's going to help by making a fist. And on the count of 3, you're all going to say bend. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Bend. Wait, you got to say it too. Ready? Keep it in the fist. Just one hand. 1, 2, 3. Bend. Open it up. Nope. Okay. We need to not do the right. We're going to go to the karate stance. It's strong. Make a fist. Cover with your other hand. Can you do that? Make a fist. Cover with your other hand. Everybody do this. And instead of saying bend, you're going to grunt. Okay? Can we all do that on the count of 3? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Let me hear you. She's not going to grunt. We don't know how this is going to work. All right, fist. Tight on the quarter. So tight. You got to make it super tight. Cover with your hand. 1, 2, 3. Open it up. I think she does get to keep it. And you know what it is, July? The only place you can spend a bent quarter is stars. Buy some stamps, enjoy the summer. There you go. Have a seat.
Good job, Mom.
Good job, Mom.
I've done it.
So you guys aren't going to be that far away, are you? No, okay. We're starting at 11, yes? Yes. All right. If the young folks want to come up to the front here.
Follow me.
You got to be behind the 3-point line. Behind the 3-point line. Excellent.
Oh, wait, here. Hey, look at me. Look at me. Look at me.
There's an invisible line right there.
Now, don't we have a few more groups coming, or is this everybody?
They're on the way.
Okay. All right. What else can we do? Thanks for coming up here. I've got to practice this. I wrote this joke before I knew how to juggle. Don't do that, because it takes like years before you can tell it well. Why do I juggle? So my wife has one more thing to be proud of. Okay, anybody sitting on the floor married? No, so give it like 20 years and you're gonna find that rather funny. You wanna hear the best joke I wrote last year? My neighbor called, she was really mad. She said my dog was chasing her son on his bicycle. And I hung up on her. My dog doesn't know how to ride a bike. Okay, I didn't say they were gonna be good. No, we're still waiting for one group, or is everybody here? We're all here. All right, we're going to start. We're going to be talking about space today, but we want to have a little prelude to the show because amazing things have been happening in outer space. Really amazing things. Does anybody know what a quantum computer is? You've probably heard of them, but quantum computers run by moving electrons, and we got to have some electrons to do this, so. Oh, that's perfect. I'm going to take that one. All right. Can you just hold on to that for a second? Thank you. And we're going to have to get a second electron here. Okay. Oh, that one. Good. Okay, good. We have two. Give me that one back, please. Can I get that one back? Can you just give me the other one? Thank you so much. All right. Once you have two electrons, they can become something we called entangled. They match up. And what's really weird, when you twist this one, the other one instantly twists in the other direction. Well, scientists a few years ago, they left one of the electrons on Earth, they sent the other one millions of miles into space. And when they twisted this one instantly twisted the opposite way, faster than the speed of light. That shouldn't even happen. But that is how quantum computers work, and we may make the entire solar system into a giant computer. Well, now we have to worry about artificial intelligence, AI. But I think as a group, we can defeat AI. And I just want to demonstrate that. Do you see this question mark? That's because what's in here is a mystery. But we are going to figure out what is in there, but we still have to do a few things. First, we have to make an event that is going to happen, and it must be a random event. I have this Post-it pad. In here, I have a whole bunch of animals. I have wolf, megalodon, mosquitoes, most dangerous animal in Africa. Well, it's an insect. Well, I'm going to throw the insects into things that live. Can somebody pick out an animal? Can you just pull this up and see what animal you get? Just go into the middle, somewhere in the middle, pick it up. What do you get? Dinosaur. A dinosaur. That is going to be the animal that is going to come here. What kind of dinosaur do you think is going to show up? A T-Rex, okay. And what is the T-Rex going to do? Okay, let's just say, destroy Waterbury. Is that good? What date will this happen on? No, we got to have, sir, I want you to give me a number from 1 to 30. 20. I need you to give me a month of the year. November 20th, this event is going to happen. And now we have to find someone who is going to intervene in the event. We need somebody who is going to connect with me psychically. So try to get into my mind and try to connect with me. And we are going to find somebody who will know the answer of what I am going to write on the back of this card. Think. This is a word that everybody knows. Everybody knows it. It's not hard, and you use it many times a day. I'm going to write it really big. really big. Everybody think of the word that I am writing. Hold on, let me put this cap on. I hate when this stinks a little bit. Okay, I'm now going to ask people if they can understand the word. Raise your hand if you think you know. Do you know what I wrote here? Yes or no? Do you know or no? Yes, do you know, or no, you don't know? Yes. Yes, you know. Do you know what's on this card? Sir in the green shirt, do you know what I wrote here? You. Sir in the green shirt, do you know what I wrote on this card? This is a yes or no answer. Someone should have figured this out by now. Sir, do you know what I wrote on here? Yes, these are all psychics. Fantastic. Miss, with the strawberries, do you know what I wrote on this card? What? That's exactly right. Yes, yes, come up here, come up here. Fantastic, fantastic. Big round of applause, big round of applause, big round of applause. All right, I'm going to put this on the ground. I want you to stand on that because we cannot have access to that. This is the sad part. You are going to be the one who has to deal with the T-Rex, okay? Now, just to make it easier for you, I wrote on these cards some things that could happen to a person if they meet a T-Rex. If you've seen any of the Jurassic Park movies, you'll know this is true. You might be chomped, you could be tossed, chewed, I know, kneed. There's other cards in here that might be helpful, but there are a few of them. Take the cards, all of them. Divide that pile in half. Whichever path you do not want, put into this. Divide that in half. Don't look at them because you're going to have to see what's going to happen to you. One more time. All right. Give me the cards. I'm so sorry for this part. Can you put your finger on one of those 4 cards? Okay, keep it there. All right? Now, take that hand and flat, and you're going to cover up this card with your other hand, okay? Don't let anyone see it. Take one step off of that. All right, now, we are going to find out. I don't even know your name. Okay. We'll see what is going to happen to this poor child. All right, here we go. I know, kids shows, aren't they great? All right, sealed. And in here, we have what is going to happen. I am going to stand on this side, and if you wouldn't mind, okay, you can't hold anything. You're doing that. All right, here we go. A camper will see a T-Rex that wants to destroy Waterbury. This is so sad. But on the 20th day of November, was that the date we said? Show them the card. What's going to happen to her? She will win. Big round of applause, big round of applause, big round of applause. Thank you very much. You may have a seat. So even if we make our solar system into some type of AI giant computer, I think as a group, we still should do much better without it. But we are going to talk about our solar system. We're going to start with our sun. Our sun is a giant star. It has tons of energy, going to last for billions of years. But stars are dying every single day. And when a star dies, when a star dies, it usually explodes. I am about to pop this balloon. If you don't like loud noises, please cover your ears. 1, 2, 3. And when it explodes, it sends pieces out into space. Each one of those pieces have a tiny little bit of gravity. When 2 of them pair up, they have more gravity. They keep pairing more and more gravity. The guys at the very center, they're now getting pressed by all those pieces, and they want to explode. But because there's so many pieces now, all grouped together, it has so much gravity, it doesn't explode. It just ignites into another star. As a matter of fact, pieces of stars are actually in your body right now. We are all a little bit of stardust. Now, after the sun come the planets, I have written a poem about the planets, and I would like to do that for you now. A-boom, 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 a-boom. First there's Mercury, head needs surgery, can't be fun, so close to the sun. And I say that it's tough to play on a planet that's really hot. On Venus, you can give it a shot. Next, Mother Earth knows what her water's worth. Life all around with the sun, sea, and ground. Continue with our course. Mars would be fourth. Small, red, and dusty. Looks a kind of rusty. Then the big fella, skin kind of yellow. Full of gas, lots of fluff. We know Jupiter is a big behemoth. Woo! Talking about the planets, the planets, the planets. Talking about the planets, talking about the stars. Sixth is Saturn. Rings in a pattern. All around its waist, little pieces that race. Seven is having fun. The tipped over one. Uranus is quite a guy rotating on his side. Neptune's number 8 seems kinda late, too far away, too cold to stay. At last we find. I need a moment. I can't believe Pluto is no longer a planet just because he didn't clean up his orbit. So when your parents ask you to clean your bedrooms, maybe you should listen. Now, we are going to start at the beginning of our solar system, and we're going to work our way through. Our first planet, of course, is Mercury. Mercury is hard and rocky. Everybody, hard and rocky. Let's do it again. And remember, the more you make this motion, the closer you are to becoming the next governor of California. Now, after Mercury comes the hottest planet. Makes no sense. Mercury is closer to the sun, but on average, Venus is hotter. And we think we know why. But I need a very brave volunteer who will be willing to be shot with a roll of toilet paper. Oh, more hands. That's good. I need you, sir. No, the gentleman in the green t-shirt right there. Yes, stand right up. Come on. Look at that. Oh, you're going around. You'll never drive in Boston. Come on. Fantastic. Good, stand right here. I know. So you can even, there you go. All right. Have you ever done this before? No. Okay, so you have to wear the special apparatus. Here we go. We're going to put these goggles on you. Put those on. Now I want you to look right here. I'm going to pop these on your ears just like... Perfect. All right. I need you to turn this way. And can you put your arms straight out to the side? And you have to freeze like a statue, and I'm going to shoot toilet paper at you. Just hold it there. Are you ready? Okay, here we go. Big round of applause, big round of applause, big round of applause. Turn this way. Perfect. Are you okay? He is good. Now, he is being the planet Venus. Venus is surrounded in clouds. They act like a blanket. They let the sunlight and heat in, but they do not let it escape. This is called the greenhouse effect. And if we're not careful, here on Earth, the exact same thing could happen. Let's give our volunteer a big round of applause. And let's pull those goggles. Can you pull those off for me? And I don't know if you're aware of this, but you do have some toilet paper on your shoe. There's some, it's on your shoe. Yeah. Big round of applause, big round of applause, big round of applause. You may have a seat, sir. Thank you so very much. Well, after Venus comes the only planet with intelligent life. What planet are we discussing now? Earth, of course. You are excellent examples of intelligent life. Well, we have been studying it for a long time, and we're getting ready to do amazing things. But before we went into outer space, we had to learn how to conquer the air. Are you aware that you have thousands of pounds of air on your body right now? Yeah, but you're born into it, so we don't feel it. But we can prove it's here. Balloon in a jar. I don't tie the balloon, but it stays inflated. That's because all that air pressure is holding it up. But if we pull the cork out, can you pull that cork out of there for me? Pull hard. Excellent. It goes right back to being a deflated balloon. People figured that out a couple thousand years ago, but then there was a guy in Switzerland, Daniel Bernoulli. Everybody say Bernoulli. Gesundheit. When he wasn't making watches or chocolate, he would look at water moving in a brook, and this is what he noticed. We named it after him. It's the Bernoulli effect, or Bernoulli's equation, and he showed that air that moves has less pressure than the air that is staying still. And we can show this better. Somebody's been doing this at home. Who has taken a funnel, put a ball in there, let it fall? Who's been doing that at home? I want to see your move, sir. Come this way. Excellent. There's a Boston driver. Okay. Take the ball right up there. Let it go. A natural. Big round of applause. Pick the ball up. And now we're going to put air through the funnel all the way to the top. Let it go. And the ball stays there because the still air in the room comes underneath and holds it in place. One more time. Big round of applause, big round of applause. Thank you very much. You may have a seat, sir. Well, that is how an airplane flies. We curve their wings to take advantage of that. Well, once we conquered the skies, we went into space. We have sent rockets everywhere. Have we sent rockets and robots to Mars? Yeah. Does England have a robot on Mars? Yeah, but it's smashed, never worked. Ours, sending back big information. But before we went to Mars, Mars came to us. Mars doesn't have a lot of gravity, so when a meteorite or asteroid hits it, pieces fly into space and some land on the Earth. If you find a rock from Mars, do not put it in the garage sale. The last one was sold for $2.7 million. NASA bought it. They cut it open. They looked inside and thought they saw microscopic fossils. We're not sure, but maybe it is. I am a paleontologist, and I know a lot about fossils. So I would like to show you how a fossil could be made on Mars, just like it is here on the Earth. But I'm going to have to use my pet raccoon reflex. Now, he started doing the show with me when he was 2. He is now 38 years old. That is not so old to a person, but to a raccoon, it's like 321 in raccoon years. So if everybody can be real quiet, that would be helpful. Plus, for whatever reason, if this raccoon happens to get away from the Dinoman during the performance, his legal counsel suggests you all play dead. Thank you. Now, before I bring him out, why don't I explain how a fossil is made? And I'm going to use balloons again. First, I want to talk about why most animals never turn into a fossil. And that's because when an animal dies, it's usually not covered by anything. So other animals, bugs, microorganisms all start to eat it up, and in a very short amount of time, this animal will turn into dirt. I am about to pop the balloon. If you don't like loud noises, cover your ears. But, and this is really rare, but sometimes it does happen. Sometimes when a dinosaur or any animal dies, it is covered by something. We know there are huge sand slides on Mars every single day. The animal could be covered by sand. That piles up higher and higher and higher, and a little bit of water works its way through. In that water, tiny little rocks. Every time the water washes away a piece of that animal, those rocks plug up the hole. Pretty soon the whole animal washed away, replaced by the rocks. The dirt around it holds it in shape, and if everything goes exactly right, this animal has an excellent chance of turning into a fossil. Just like the pin going through the balloon. When it went in, it took away some rubber, plugged up the hole with the metal. Same thing when it came out the other side. That is exactly what happens to a fossil, but instead of pins, they're rocks. They all get glued together, and if it all goes well, it will turn into a fossil. I am now going to, is that person okay? I am now going to attempt to do this with my pet raccoon. And I do have to say right up front, this is the one point in our time together where you may see adults begin to cry. If you see an adult crying, would you please tell them this is a fake raccoon? It is a fake raccoon, but it is going to jump out of this cage and attack me. I will have to use this camp chair to defend myself. I will put him into the briefcase, turn him into a fossil. We'll all be happier. But then he will eat potato chips. Okay. Is the raccoon real? No. But I am going to use my superior acting ability to make you guys believe. Is that a bird? There's no bird. I was just acting. I know, I am that good. Shh. These are nice people. You are going to be nice. I am going to be nice. Everybody here is going to be very well. I know, fake raccoon. Just a fake raccoon, nothing to worry about. Let's get back to the show, shall we? Here we go. Oh no! Am I bleeding? All right. Let's all think happy thoughts. Now, the first thing that's going to happen if he's going to turn into a fossil, either here on Earth or Mars, must be covered by something. I'm covering him today with sand. Next, water has to come down, and that water carries with it tiny little rocks. We call them minerals. Have you guys ever held a glass of water up to a window, seen little rocks in there? If you have, get that water checked right away. But if you looked in there with a microscope, you would see them. We call them minerals. Vitamins and minerals, we need to have them. I'm using milk, 2 reasons. 1, milk has more minerals. It'll speed things up. And number 2, we live in the dairy-producing state of Vermont. So encourage everyone to buy yogurt. I am now pouring the milk onto the raccoon. That looks good. This looks hideously awkward. But soon that animal is washed away. Nothing but rocks. Out of nature, dirt piles up. I don't have enough dirt. I have to use my hands. But if everything goes exactly right, in a couple million years, this raccoon has an excellent chance of turning into a fossil. Fossil, I know. This took me 18 minutes to make. An actual fossil takes millions of years. And for the people who were concerned, was my raccoon alive? No, not since the very first show. But I'm still going to give him his favorite treat, which are potato chips. If you guys could give him a big round of applause. Thank you, thank you. 1, you get 1, that's all. All right, now, the people who dig this up are known as paleontologists. If they're in space, they would be astro-paleontologists. And their job, no, raccoon, not a pig, no, no. And so, we can all sleep equally well. I do want to point out, my raccoon's not real. He's what we call a spring toy. He's a big spring with fur. You push on him, he gets smaller. If you pull on the sides, he moves. Did anybody here see the bag move? Here we go. That's because this bag is powered by COVID. Bumbleball. They used to make bigger bumbleballs for kids, but now they only make this size for dogs. And I think that explains my own kids' orthodonture needs. Well, we have been through the first 4 planets, Mercury, Venus, Earth, and Mars. And they're all hard and rocky. Everybody hard and rocky. Here we go. The next 4 planets, kind of the exact opposite. They must have some rocky parts to them because they get hit by comets and asteroids and meteoroids. But for the most part, they're the giant gas planets. And they do have something all in common. They have incredibly cold areas. And once again, just like yesterday, we're going to use something that is 321 degrees below zero. Ladies and gentlemen, Ted Williams. No, liquid air. Liquid air. Do you remember this yesterday? Can you see the air in this room? No, but if you go to Houston or Los Angeles, they'll tint viewing convenience. But not here. Go like this. Do you feel it against your cheeks? Right? That is because the air is made out of molecules, and they're crazy dancing molecules, everybody. Crazy dancing, crazy dancing. And then Adele comes on, slow dance. When you're a slow dancing molecule, that's when you are a liquid, and when a molecule goes to sleep, that is when it is a solid. And just to go over the rules again, remember, everybody has to stay where they are. Nobody can sneak up. Number 2, if this spills on you, you need to rub that part of your body very, very briskly. It's the reason I can no longer legally go into Rutland. And number 3, if I scream and run out that door, that is a signal for you to follow me. Yes. Now, it is a humid day, so we are going to see a lot of fog. We're not really interested in the fog. We are interested in the liquid. It is boiling. When something boils, it's trying to change its state of matter. It's trying to go from a liquid into a gas. When you boil water on your stove, those bubbles in there, not air bubbles. That is the water turning into steam. You can see the cup is getting whiter and whiter as moisture attaches to it because it's so cold. Well, we just want to show how hard this would be to use in outer space. But before we get going, I have to add the magic ingredients. Marshmallow. And inside this little hockey puck is not a diamond, it is not a ruby, but there is a sapphire. And we'll talk about that again in a second. Once again, appropriate for the holiday coming up. I no longer work in realistic balloon sculpture. Artistically, wasn't really cutting it for me. I now only work in the abstract, and I've entitled this piece, 4th of July, minivan full of children, 8:57 in the evening, third attempt at parking. Thank you. Thank you. Here we go. Did the air go away? No, the air is still there. It just went from crazy dancing gas molecules to slow dancing liquid molecules. And when it does that, they get 1,000 times smaller. I'm going to do it one more time real quick. And then we can heat it up real fast. And it'll go right back to what it was before. Well, if we go into outer space, we are certainly going to need helmets, space helmets. I'm going to have my helmet made out of rubber bands. And I'll do a GoFundMe campaign. I won't ask for money, I will ask for rubber bands. And when I have enough, I'll find someone from the 60s who could macrame them into my helmet. Would you like to see my impression of everyone in the 60s? Kumbaya. Thank you. Let's count to 10. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And in 10 seconds, those rubber bands went from being stretchy to breaking up inside my hand. It kind of feels like ramen soup noodles. But once I warm one up, it'll go right back to being stretchy. Just like that. So we have to be very careful in space because of the extreme temperatures. Now in this cup, I have that sapphire. And the first time anybody saw this was in 1986. Sapphires are not magnetic, but when they get super cold, they become diamagnetic. magnetic, and they float above that magnet. And not only are they floating above it, they're pinned in place. I can take it and move it to a new place. It will accept its new orientation. If I put it on my round magnet, it will spin. And that is a frictionless bearing. If we put this in a vacuum, kept it cold, it would spin for quite some time. This is another group of magnets. They are neodymium magnets, super powerful. I'm going to cool that down one more time. And once again, it's going to be hard for us to do this with big objects on Earth, but if we go to the moon at night, if we go to Mars, if we can find a place to stand on Jupiter, we'll be able to roll around the surface of that planet with very little energy. And once again, it's only turning left, and that's why I call this my tribute to NASCAR. Not a lot of NASCAR fans. All right, we have the marshmallow in the cup. This marshmallow, 321 degrees below zero. I need someone who is willing to eat the marshmallow. I need that person over there. Let's give him a big round of applause, big round of applause. You have done this before, so the same thing, put it in your hand, you put it in your mouth. The slower you breathe out, the more we will see. Here we go. Nothing's coming out of his ears. Can you crunch it up and it will do it more? Big round of applause, big round of applause, big round of applause. So when we travel in space, we have a ton of things that we have to be careful with. But 4 years ago, we did something that the dinosaurs actually taught us. The DART test, double asteroid redirection test. We sent a rocket deep into space and it hit an asteroid and moved it. An asteroid is what killed the dinosaurs. And we have figured out now how to protect ourselves. And we would not have been able to get to where we are today without all the work of other scientists from our past. I think the most influential was the first, and her name was Mary Anning. Everybody say Mary Anning. Mary Anning, when she was really young, she got struck by lightning. Went to the hospital for a very long time. When she came out, she was fine, but she'd get nervous. And when she would get nervous, she would ask questions. She'd ask her parents all about the fossils around her house. But when she was 10, her dad died. She had no money to buy food. So she put a table down by the beach where people would swim. She put a few fossils out there because she didn't think anybody would buy them. But when the swimmers come down, they bought all of her fossils. She was the first professional paleontologist. And if it wasn't for her getting us involved in dinosaurs, well, we might not get to the place today where we realize dinosaurs are not here because of something that came from outer space. And once we figure that out, we now even know how to protect ourselves from things from outer space. So, if anybody here is thinking about becoming a scientist, when people ask you what you want to be, take a finger, point it at yourself and say, I want to be a scientist. Go ahead. After 5 of your friends ask you what you want to be, that means you pointed 5 fingers. 5 fingers make a hand, and a hand is what you deserve when you become one. So let's give it up for ourselves right now. I'm looking at my watch and it's time to go. I really hope you enjoyed the show. So now it's your turn to go out and read some books, maybe get outside, take another look, and maybe you will find a real big guy, one that will reach way up to the sky. Thank you guys very much for coming. I appreciate it.